Welcome to my science tutorial. In this video, I'm going to take you through simultaneous equation involving two variables. Alright, so there are several methods of solving simultaneous equation. And then today we are looking at elimination method. I mentioned elimination method, so we also have what we call substitution method. We have substitution method. We also have another method which is graphical method, but in this tutorial we are looking at elimination method. Now anytime we say simultaneous equation, it means there are equations which are true at the same time. There are equations which are true at the same time, in that if we have something like x, let me say x minus y to be equal to 1, and then we also have another equation. Remember, we are dealing with two variables, so we have x plus y being equal to 5. I love my 5. So let's call this equation 1, and we also call this equation 2. Now if we solve for the value of x, and then we also solve for the value of y, if we input them into equation 1, or if we input x minus y, we should be able to get 1 over here. If we take the same values and input them into equation 2, x plus y, we should get 5. And then for the fact that they are the same variables and they fit into the two equations, then we'll conclude that the equations are true at the same times or simultaneously, and hence we have the name simultaneous equation. So I think we will understand better if we try solving some questions. So let's look at this question. Now this one say solve the equation 2x minus y equals 10 and x plus 3y equals 5. So what do we do? The first thing I'm going to do is write my equation again. So I have 2x minus y equals 10, and I'm going to name it equation 1, and I write the second one, x plus 3y equals 5, and I'll call this equation 2. Alright, so what do we do if we are talking about elimination method? Now elimination method is a technique which we are going to use to eliminate one of the variables. So if you have a question in this form, you can decide to eliminate the variable x or y. So I think we should eliminate y. So how do we do the elimination? Now we have to check to see that the value of y here is the same as the value of y in equation 2. But if you observe these two equations, they are different. So we have the coefficient of y to be -1 here and the coefficient of y to be +3 over here. So what do we do? Now we need to look for a number to multiply y so that the value will be the same as this here in equation 2. So looking at the coefficient of y here is 3 and this place is -1, so we need to multiply equation 1 by 3 so we can get y to be equal to y here in equation 2. So let's say multiply equation 1 by 3. Okay, so if we do that, what are we going to get? So we have our equation 1, let's put this here, by 3. We are multiplying by 3, so if we do that, we'll have 3 times 2 will give us 6x, and then 3 times negative y will give us minus 3y, and then 3 times 10 is going to give us 30. So that is our new equation, so I'm going to call this equation 3. Now let's write our equation 2 again. So let's write it here: x plus 3y equals 5. By this time, let's call it equation 4. Alright, so what do we do next if we want to eliminate? Let's add, if we want to eliminate y, looking at these two equations, we need to add equation 3 and 4. So let's say add equations 3 and 4. So I'm going to do that now. 6x plus x is going to give me 7x. Is that not it? 7x. Alright, negative 3y plus 3y is going to give me 0. Now 30 plus 5 is going to give me 35. So now I'm going to have 7x equals 35. So you see how simple it is. Once we're able to eliminate one variable, to be easier to find the other. So now we'll solve for x. So what do we need to do? Let's divide through by 7. So this 7 will cancel this 7, and we have our x to be equal to what? 7 into 35 is going to be 5 times, so we have our x to be equal to 5. Now what do we do next? What to do next is to pick this x, put it into any of this equation 1 or 2, and then we'll solve for y. So let's pick equation 1. What do you say? Okay, equation 1. So put x into equation 1. Alright, so 2, anywhere we see s, we put 5 there. So 2 into brackets 5 minus y, which is equal to 10. Now we are solving for y, so let's open this bracket. 2 times 5 is going to give us 10 minus y equals 10. Now we're trying to make y the subject, so we have a minus y to be equal to 10, minus y to be equal to 10 minus 10. We are taking this 10 to this side, so 10 minus 10, so we have minus y equals 0. If we divide through by minus 1 minus 1, we're going to have our y to be still 0. So y is equal to 0. So at the end of the day, we know that our y is equal to 0 and our x is equal to 5. Alright, then let's look at another example. This one says find x plus y if 2x minus 5y equals minus 6 and 4x minus 3y equals minus 12. So before we'll be able to add x and y, we need to get the values. So this leads us to the equation. So let's write our equation. 2x minus 5y equals minus 6. Let's call it our equation 1. And our equation 2 is going to be 4x minus 3y equals minus 12. I'm about writing 2, so minus 12. So this is our equation 2. Alright, then we are trying to use elimination method, so that is a little bit complex than the one we just did. So let's get a way of doing it. First, we need to choose one variable to eliminate. Let's choose one to eliminate. And which one do you think we can eliminate? I think we should try let's try x. The first one we eliminated y, so this time let's eliminate x. Now we have 2x here and 4x here. They are not the same, which means we need to get a variable to multiply one of the x to make it equal to the other. So let's take equation 1 and multiply it by 2. So multiply equation 1 by 2. If we do that, it means we have our 2 here. So 2 times 2x is going to give us 4x. 2 times minus 5y is going to give us minus 10y. 2 times minus is going to give us minus 12. Alright, so let's write our equation 2 down here, but then let's call this equation 3. Our equation 2 is 4x minus 3y being equal to minus 12. So let's call it this time equation 4. Now, unlike the first question we solved, you find out that the signs of the x that we want to eliminate are the same. So positive 4x in equation 3 and positive 4x in equation 4. So how do we get to eliminate them? This time we're not going to add like we did in the previous question, because they are the same, positive positive. I think we need to subtract it. So now let's do that. Let's subtract and see. So equation 3 minus equation 4. So 4x minus 4x is going to give us 0, and then negative 10y minus 3y is going to give us negative 7y, and then we have minus 12 minus 12. So when we do that, we will get 0. So this time we have our y to be equal to 0 divided by minus 7. So our y again is equal to 0. Alright, so what we need to do now is to pick this y, put it into any of this equation, and find our x. Alright, so this time let's put y into equation 2. So there is our equation 2, 4x minus 3y, which is equal to minus 12. So we have 4x minus 3, our y is equal to 0, minus 12. So we have our 4x minus 3 times 0 is of course 0. Of course 0 plus 0 minus 12. So we now have 4x equals minus 12. Now let's solve for x by dividing through by 4. This can cancel out, and we have x, this going to here, 3 equals what? Minus 3. So we now have x and y values. Let's conclude, therefore our x is equal to minus 3 and our y is equal to 0. Therefore our x plus y is going to be equal to minus 3 plus 0, which will be equal to minus 3. So these are just two examples of elimination method. I hope this is quite comprehensive, and just do this and solve a lot more questions from the textbook, and you get to understand it better. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also share the links with your colleagues. Thank you so much.